Yo, what's going on, guys? So for today's video, I want to do something different that I haven't even done on this channel yet, which is kind of surprising knowing that I've done many review on like different like skate products before. But today I wanted to do, I guess it's sort of like a review, but also kind of like answering the question of what is the best grip tape to skate. Now, for me personally, I like to skate Mob Grip. I wasn't always a huge fan of Mob Grip, not because of the grippiness of it, but because of how coarse it was and like how it would kind of like wear and rip your shoes very quickly. But my style of skating has kind of changed over the years to a point where I'm not even really doing as many kick flips and anything that really involves a lot of flicking that really wears your shoes down. So I usually do skate Mob very frequently now. I think I've been skating Mob for like over a year now. I think. Don't quote me on that. It's kind of been a while since. I don't really set too many boards up often, so I tend to forget like kind of what grip I skated. So that's that. But for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experiences with different grip brands that I've tried and why I personally think Mob Grip is the best. And I guess we'll also, at the same time, since I have a sheet of Mob right in the box over there, we'll also do a little review of Mob Grip, since I haven't done a grip tape review at all on this channel yet. But at the same time, I'm also gonna review the other grips that I have skated in the past. Unfortunately though, the only sheet that I really have with me is Mob Grip. I also have a sheet of Primitive Grip because I did order a Primitive deck, which will be a future setup video for you guys, probably within like the next week or two maybe. Don't quote me on that because I kind of still want to skate my current setup until it's just dust. So let's get right into the video. And of course, I don't have my brother's tripod again because he has to take it with him for his volleyball thing, because they always film volleyball. But I'm gonna try to find a way to set you guys down on here. Maybe I have to stack this on top, but we'll figure something out. So let's get right into it. I hope you guys can hear me just fine. I hope the fan is not interfering too much. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna turn it off. But anyways, so the two grip tapes that that I have present with me right now is Primitive grip tape, which came free with a Primitive deck that I ordered, and I have a sheet of Mob Grip that I had bought beforehand before my board came in, because I knew that I was not going to skate the grip that it came with, which I'm really happy that I actually bought this ahead of time, because guys, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not even exaggerating right now, but you guys know what tech decks are, and you guys like know what the grip feels like for these if you have one. The Primitive grip feels just like that. This stuff really feels like tech deck grip tape, so maybe slightly grippier by like a hair, but this feels like this feels like a broken in like Jessup grip, if that makes sense. But like this thing is just not it. It's not grippy at all. It is super fine. It's like one of those sponge sanders that you would get at Home Depot or whatever. That's what this thing feels like. But I might save this for, you know, I might actually use this like in a future setup, but right now I'm kind of really digging Mob. But we're just gonna set this aside for now. But yeah, this is Primitive grip, and this one has I think this is called the Dirty P, so you got the logo right there. But this is Primitive grip. Never skated it, but I can already tell just from the way it feels right now, it's very the complete opposite. It's way less grippier than, it already feels less coarse than Jessup, which really speaks a lot. So Primitive grip right there. So before I talk about the Mob Grip, I'm going to talk about what grip tips I've skated in the past. So I skated pretty much like the main like popular grips that like almost every skater skates. So I've skated Jessup, I've skated Mob, I've skated Grizzly, I've skated, if you guys are huge fans of Revive skateboards, I've skated Am Grip once. And so that's like 4 different grip brands that I've skated. The other one that I wanted to mention, which was also really popular, was Shake Junt Grip. I've never tried Shake Junt before, but I've heard that it's pretty much like as grippy as Mob in the beginning, but then it kind of wears out to kind of feeling really not as grippy in the end. But I see a lot of people skate Shake Junt all the time, but those are the 4 grips that I have skated throughout my time skating, and most of the time I was always skating Jessup grip. So I guess it's fair that we'll start off talking about Jessup grip, what's good about it and what's not so good about it. So let's get right into it. So with Jessup grip, this was the original grip to ever be made for skateboarding. And the good thing about Jessup was that it was perfect. The grippiness was perfect if you had like vulcanized shoes, at least in my experience, because it just, you know, vulcanized shoes have like a little bit more of a looser rubber, so it kind of grips a little better. So with Jessup, it's definitely not as grippy as Mob, because Mob is the grippiest grip there is in skateboarding, at least street skateboarding, and Jessup is like the least grippiest grip if we're excluding the primitive grip out of all the four that I have just that I mentioned earlier in the video. So Mob is the grippiest grip, Jessup is like the least grippiest grip, again excluding primitive. But the thing about Jessup is that it while it is less grippy than Mob, it provides like the right amount of grip that you need, and it's very comfortable to flick, especially if you set up a brand new board. It's like the perfect like grippiness that you need when it's fresh. Now of course, over time as you skate, it does wear down a little bit to a point where it may feel a little bit more slippery, especially if the area you're skating has a lot of dust or sand. It will kind of get really slippery. You might end up missing your flick a lot, and your feet are probably just going to be sliding a little bit easier on the grip. So that's one downside of it. The upside of Jessup is that it's not expensive at all. I should probably start off with that. All the prices of these grip tips are about fairly the same. Now, of course, if you have a graphic on the grip tip, it's gonna cost you a lot more. But if we're talking just plain black, the price ranges are pretty much similar. They range between from like $5 to $7. So it's really not bad at all. But so going back to what I was saying about Jessup. So Jessup, again, like it's less grippy, and if it's dusty and if it gets wet, it does get really slippery, and it does get hard to skate. Especially like in the summertime, if you sweat a lot and sweat gets on the grip, it's gonna get slippery, and you might end up missing your flick a little bit. So that's kind of like the downside of Jessup. The good side about Jessup is that while it does provide a good amount of grip, it also does not rip your shoes that bad. I think like I could skate a pair of shoes depending on what brand it is, but let's just assume like we're skating a pair of Vans that are just, you know, regular Vans Pro skates that are vulcanized. If I was skating a board with Jessup on it, that shoe would last me probably like 6 to 7 months, because Jessup does not wear through your shoes as fast as, you know, brands like Grizzly, Mob, or Shake John or whatever. So that's one of the plus sides about skating Jessup grip, is that it is it's not super grippy, but it's like grippy enough. It's perfect for street skaters, I would say. At least I think street skaters like usually prefer Jessup, because it gives that like little quick flick, but it also grips it enough to where like you're not going to be slipping too much, and it doesn't wear your shoes down as fast. So that's my experience with Jessup. It's not a bad grip, but I would prefer to skate Mob if, you know, if there were like, if I went to the skate shop and all they had was Jessup, I'll pick it up. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it because I've had good experiences with it, but I would prefer Mob over it. So that's my, you know, experience with Jessup. Now with Grizzly, for instance, this one is priced at $7 if you just get the, you know, all black with the bear cutout. Grizzly it's a little thicker of a grip. It's a little bit grippier than Jessup, but I noticed this grip wears out really fast, and usually my boards will last me about 3 to 4 months if I skate every single day. And over time, as you keep skating Grizzly grip, the actual sand will start to like come off like the sheet itself, and then you're just left with like a blank black spot on the grip. Like with Grizzly grip, it wears down quick, and like it gets super slippery. Like I was kind of disappointed with like when I started skating Grizzly again like a couple years ago, because I thought it'd be a little bit grippier than Jessup, but it was in the beginning. But as you kept skating it, it would just progressively get really less grippy, like within the first week, I would say. And then like over time, like the actual like grit from it would actually like wear off the board, and you would just have like a smooth spot on your grip, which was kind of disappointing in my opinion. I apologize, but my brother just came back home and he pulled up with the grubs, so I'm gonna enjoy this for a little bit. Alright, so I just finished up my little mukbang, but anyway, so yeah, that is my whole opinion behind Grizzly grip. I need to fix you guys just a little bit. There we go. I don't want to really talk about AM grip too much because AM grip is not really something that like a lot of people skate, so we're just gonna skip that one. So let's get right into what I think, in my opinion, is the #1 grip tape in skateboarding, and that is the Mob. Oops, that's upside down. The Mob grip. So this right here is the grippiest street skateboarding grip tape there is, and it's just like it's the grippiest one. It lasts the longest, and it's personally like now one of my favorites. And to me, it's kind of like the standard grip that I would want to have for every single board if I can possible. But this is it right here. So Mob has been around for like quite some time now. It was already around like at least a good amount of time, like when I started skating, like I think I started skating like what, 2014. So it's been around for a while. So I remember when I first got my first sheet of Mob ever, it was on my second board ever, and I was honestly just really like blown away with how grippy it was, because it was literally not like any other grip I'd skated. It was super grippy, almost to a point where like I couldn't even move my foot sometimes. But this grip is not only the grippiest grip out there, but it's so easy to apply. It's super thin, it's easy to cut, and it honestly like just helps, you know, gripping boards a lot easier. So that's definitely a plus with this grip. And with this grip tape as well, you don't get any air bubbles when you apply whatsoever, because I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but like the little holes on the grip right here, this stuff is perforated, so when you grip a board, all the air is going to come out and you're not really going to have any air bubbles at all. But I mean, if you do get a wrinkle, it's going to stay there, but it's not really going to affect you that much. But that's really one of the pluses about, you know, this grip, is that you get no air bubbles whatsoever, and the grippiness is honestly like the best. The flick is also pretty good. It's really good for transition skating, or if you're a park skater in general. So if you skate a lot of skate parks, I would definitely recommend skating this grip, because it's super grippy. It'll hold your foot very well to your board, and it'll give you like the best board control that you would need, especially for skating skate parks, which majority of them are, you know, obviously transitions. So that's just kind of like my 2 cents on this grip tape. But in terms of how bad it rips your shoes, it really all depends on what shoe you're skating, because skate shoes nowadays are a lot more like technically advanced. Like you got like many different kinds of like shoes out there now. You got cup soles, vulcanized shoes. You got shoes like Etnies that are using Michelin rubber on their, you know, outsoles now, which really last long, especially against a grip like this that's really coarse and really rough. So in terms of like how bad it wears your shoes, if you don't do as many flip tricks and you just do a bunch of ollies or like, you know, skate transition, your shoes will last pretty much a good amount of time, even with this grip. And even if you are someone that does a lot of flip tricks, your shoes would at least last you like a month and a half. I personally skate my shoes until they're just pure, like until they're dust, like until they're really done, like there's a hole on the toe, like you can stretch it open or whatever. That's just how I like to skate my shoes, because I don't like to waste them. But anyways, that's pretty much what this grip tape is in a nutshell. And honestly, this is probably gonna be like the new standard grip for me. Like I said, I always skated Jessup a lot in the past, and very rarely would I skate Mob, but like for the past year now, I've been skating Mob a lot more recently. Now, if I were to go back to Jessup because my shop didn't have Mob, I would be able to skate it. But personally, I would like to skate Mob over anything else, because again, it's grippy, easy to apply, easy to cut, and you just basically have no trouble at all with gripping a board or just skating it in general. And on top of that, what I noticed so much about Mob is that this stuff does not peel off your board whatsoever. The adhesive backing on this thing is insane, and it gets stronger over time as, you know, your board ages, and as, you know, as it keeps, you know, sticking on your board, its adhesive strength will just increase. And like honestly, I've tried ungripping boards before that had Mob on them, and it's really hard to get off. So that's definitely a plus about this grip tape brand, is that it's, you know, very sticky. You're not going to deal with any peeling whatsoever, so that's definitely a plus for this grip. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for this video today. There wasn't really much to talk about other than just me basically like praising Mob for how good their grip is, but that's pretty much all that there is for this video. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do want to see more from me, you can always hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That way you are notified every time I do upload a new video. I try to do videos here at least once a week. I'm trying to really work on trying to get back to doing it twice a week, but that's kind of like a struggle at the moment because I'm just really trying to like skate as much as I can, to be quite honest with you guys. But anyways, that's all for this video. Comment down below what your favorite grip is to skate or any grip brands that you guys want me to try out. I still have yet to try. I know there's many grip brands out there that I haven't tried yet and I probably should try, but like I said, Mob is my #1 go-to. But comment down below what you guys skate. So that's pretty much all for this video. I know this video is not really what I have been posting, like at least the last couple months that at least the last month that I came back on this channel, but you know, more review videos to come. I know I've never done a grip tape review on this channel before or talked about grip at all in general, so I decided to do one for today's video just to kind of like get back at it for after being, you know, just after, you know, doing fingerboarding and skateboarding videos. So I figured I'd just kind of do something simple like this. But anyways, more videos to come. I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully me setting up the board, which is a secret right now, will be coming a lot sooner. I do plan on making another skate video for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys dug it. Go out and skate 30 if you can, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Missing someone.